Physics Introduction. Here are your priming questions. Physics. This is the scientific branch of knowledge that studies the physical world. Physicists study the nature of matter and energy and how they are related. And so this is really the fundamental understanding for both biology and chemistry and many of the other fields of science. If you're planning on going into engineering, this is going to be the core of your understanding for those fields. And so if you think back to chemistry, the states of matter, we're going to talk about how these are related through kinetic energy and through these intermolecular bonds and how those relate to forces of nature that we can explain with physics. And then also in term 2, we're going to talk about the electrostatic force that is between electron and protons and how that compares to the gravitational force between the proton and the electron. So there's a lot out there that relates to physics. Also, a lot of the technology that we have and that we are used to comes from basic physics understandings. So for example, electricity, we're going to talk about electricity in term 2. Nuclear power, that is based off of physics understandings, including the chemistry that goes behind nuclear power. Wireless electricity, which is a fairly recent invention, and it's working, and some of you might even have new cell phones that use wireless electricity. Our understanding of light with CDs and lasers, if you wear glasses or contacts, and some new invisibility cloaks, some really interesting materials that are being invented and created now based off of physics understandings. If you have a computer, your phones, if you have a Blu-ray player at home or an Xbox console, these are all based off of physics. The people that program the game for Xboxes have to use a physics understanding of vector graphics in order to form those shadows and form the hairs and all of that you see. And there's a lot more. Physics is what brought us to the moon, quite literally. We used Newton's laws of physics in order to figure out how much propulsion we needed and how to build the suits and how to build the vehicles and all of that. So that's all based off of physics. For this term, we're going to focus on what we call mechanics. And this is the branch of physics that deals with the motion of objects and the forces that cause that motion to change. We're going to have roughly 2 segments. Kinematics. This is the part that deals with concepts that describe motion without reference to forces. And then we're going to introduce dynamics, which will bring us into forces as well as energy and momentum. And this deals with the effects that forces have on motion. So it changes the motion. And here are your priming questions again.